You might remember this rainstorm I got stuck in, and this dodgy motel from the last episode. But what you didn't know is that I ended up getting lucky at this motel. Not that kind of lucky. Get your minds out of the gutter. I tried for weeks to get an introduction to the Hutterite kitchen. Then, right here in this parking lot, I met this guy. And just like that, he made it all happen. Meet Daryl. Daryl's friends? Daryl. Daryl's friends? And away we go. Hi, I'm Kix. I love food, travel, and motorbikes. This year, I wanted to see my own backyard, Canada. So I decided to ride the second largest country in the world, coast to coast, on a 250cc dirt bike. It was an incredible opportunity to see the real Canada from inside the kitchens of real Canadians. These are the people and foods that make up this incredible country. Welcome to the Cooked in Canada motorcycle adventure. Welcome to Stonewall, Manitoba. After Gimli, I was feeling the mental pressure to get into the impenetrable Hutterite kitchen before exiting the prairies. I was dying to know what went inside this mystical kitchen of hearty Hutterite cuisine. I made some cold calls, hoping to talk my way inside. But those ended with, "No, we don't want to buy that." Click. I wasn't quite ready to give up on my potentially impossible mission, but it wasn't looking good. But then I met Daryl, who worked for the Manitoba Power Company, and two of his biggest clients were two of the province's friendliest Hutterite colonies. From bus to blackjack, just like that, we went from downpours and dodgy motels to an all-access pass to the Hutterite kitchen with a local guide.
Pretty modernized colony for the most part. There's not too many that are as adequate or as equipped as these guys are.
Alright, so this is Daryl. This is our tour guide for the day.
Hey everybody.
How do we know Daryl? Well, we don't. We just met Daryl in the parking lot of a questionable hotel a few days ago. I told him I wanted to learn a little about the Hutterites and potentially their food. And Daryl seems to know everyone in the province of Manitoba, so he offered to take us for a tour around. And so where are we going today, sir?
Going to Rock Lake Colony. It's by 𝗔𝗓𝐻, Manitoba.
And what is so amazing about this place?
They do multiple different things. They do stuff for manufacturing. The colony does crops, poultry, pork, vegetables. They do many things in this colony. And that's the colony of life. They're self-sufficient. And this is one of the bigger colonies that I worked with in the past. So that's why we're here today to get Kix some answers and learn the colony life.
This will be great. So we're not sure we're going to be allowed to film anything here, take pictures, but we're going to see what happens. So Daryl explains that this colony is extremely well run. And aside from farming, they also have an on-site fabrication company called 𝗔𝗓𝐻 that can design and fabricate almost anything on demand for other businesses. And you think this is a more conservative colony than a lot of them?
They're all pretty conservative. They're, you just got to respect their beliefs and what they are into and be courteous and kind and respectful and just listen to what they got to say. And pretty much that's how all the colonies are, They're not out to hurt anybody or anything. They just want to live life the way they do, and they like the way it is. It's a pretty simple life for them. And they all are for one. Everybody works to one how do I want to say it? One goal. One goal.
You might notice that I cycled through 3 or 4 shirts I have with me during this 7-month trip. Somehow here, I'm wearing this nice golf shirt. When I showed up to meet Daryl, he looked at me and decided that my wrinkled, dirty biker shirt might not be the best way to arrive for lunch with the Hutterites. Then, proceeded to give me the shirt off his back. Seriously, that's how friendly this province is. I am wearing Daryl's shirt, who I just met. I enter the main floor and kitchen area. giant stainless steel soup pots, and huge deep fryers. I ask the cook what's cooking. She smiles and says, HFC. What's HFC, I said. She looks at me, laughs, and through her colorful German accent says, Hutterite fried chicken. A bit like KFC, but with a special Hutterite recipe. Oh man, I'm going to like this stop. Then explains that one level down is the prep kitchen, even bigger than this one, and today they're making turkey pot pies. I've made it. I'm officially inside the belly of the beast, and today it's chugging away at full steam. Here is a well-oiled machine of young ladies in dazzling floral print dresses with aprons and black scarves pinned to their hair, all working away. These ladies are all quite friendly, and we get to chatting. I'm trying to see the world from their perspective and ask what the best part about this colony is.
What's so great?
Yeah, like what's like the best part?
You can't say the location.
You can't say the location?
No.
Would you rather be closer to...
Not very scenic.
Yeah.
What's the best part, guys? Of what? Our colony. The people.
The people?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They're pretty great. We all get along very well.
Yeah, everyone seems like very friendly.
Yeah. And I think we have a lot of ambition.
So you're very ambitious, yeah? Yeah.
Despite being here for the food, I just can't help but get into relationship questions again and want to know how they meet people outside of the colony.
Yeah. Like, so how would you, okay, so say you wanted to get married, how would you typically meet a guy who's not from here?
Well, they come to visit. Young people go to each other's colonies.
Just hang out? Yeah, right. And so why would you, so for example, like what would be the reason to go for a visit? Like would there be
I don't know.
just for the fun?
Sunday evening,
Oh,
or even relatives. Sometimes we go for the weekend to visit relatives.
yeah. But would you go there like looking for a husband? Or not necessarily?
Accidentally.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe in the back of our minds.
Yeah.
But yeah, weekends are pretty eventful with different people at different colonies all the time.
Yeah. So then if you get married though and you have to move away, don't you then have to don't you lose all your friends? Because you have 30 friends right here?
Yes.
Well, that's just...
I'm sure we
But you kind of lose touch.
Yeah.
But then you come back and visit them. That's all.
That's a good answer.
I'm sure you've moved away from people.
Yeah, no, I have. Yeah, right.
Well,
Yeah, you are correct.
yeah.
Then we wind our way to my real interest, how to make these amazing turkey pot pies with the stunning braided edge.
Fresh ingredients.
Lots of spice.
Uh-huh.
Like secret spices or
Garlic powder and onion sauce and lots of other.
I'm sure nothing you couldn't get.
Yeah.
Do you cook?
Yeah, I love cooking actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I find it very interesting. I used to own a restaurant at one time, but not anymore.
She says she can't really explain how to do it, that I just need to try and learn.
You have to try. I really can't. You have to pretty much watch someone and just wing it.
you do this one?
And just wing it. Do you want to try?
I want to try.
Uh-huh.
Can I try? Sure.
You can try.
The pie shells are already laid out with the filling inside, and all that's left for me to do is put the top on and make it look pretty. She gives me an example by spinning it, trimming it, and pinching the edges. I try to repeat the process, but turn out a crust that resembles the look of tacky gum. They smile and comment how great it looks while holding back what I'm sure are faces of disappointment. The entire time I'm in their space and in their face, not one person stops what they are doing or is looking for an excuse to take a break because I'm standing there. They work, they chat, and the jobs just keep getting done. Then, I hear Daryl yell my name. Apparently I've been down here for quite a while, and he came to see if they'd lock me up in dry storage. After lunch, Daryl's friend Larry continues our farm tour by showing us the gigantic turkey barn, some of the machinery on site, then wraps up the day with an explanation of their new geothermal operation. This setup is amazing. They were able to tap into the local geothermal source, and now their community gymnasium and kitchen run on geothermal, and they're looking to expand it across the colony. As Daryl is a rep from the power company, I'm not too sure if he's loving this bit of ingenuity. Shockingly, I managed not to offend anyone at the colony, and Daryl invites me back to his place to spend the night with the promise of a VIP motorbike tour of Winnipeg the next day. But after a long winter in the garage, he's dealing with a bit of a dead battery, and his bike's gonna need to be brought back from the dead. Eventually, we're charged up and back on the road, but this tour is definitely gonna start at the battery shop.
She needs a battery. She hasn't had this is the first drive in a year. I took it 3 rides last year. That cost me about $400 a ride because insurance is $1,200. So this is the $1,200 ride to start with, right?
Nice. I'm on a very expensive ride.
Yes, as long as I don't lay it down or anything stupid, it'll be fine.
It should be all right. All right.
I think he may have come to regret this invitation, as he's riding a Harley V-Rod 1150, a bike that resembles a rocket lashed to a set of handlebars and tied to a 240mm rear tire. Crazy! Whereas my 250cc Goose, loaded down with camera gear, takes about 3 minutes to get up to triple-digit speeds. We are officially the tortoise and the hare. We visit some of the city's highlights and beautiful parks. Then, like all good motorcycle tours, we end up at a pub. For a city whose nickname is Winnipeg, I'm trying to get a feel for why anyone would want to live here in Winnipeg. And I ask our lovely waitress what she loves so much about the city. Her answer is about the furthest thing from what I was expecting.
The best thing in Winnipeg is the weather.
The weather.
Which I never thought in my life anyone would ever say.
Yeah, I was paid to say that.
Daryl's got more up his sleeve, and the next day we wind up on another colony, Keystone. This place has a lot going on. They make landscaping blocks for big box stores, as well as an array of fabrication work, and have some contracts for cool things like CFL football teams and custom fire pits. Not to mention a little bit of farming. On the way to lunch, we stop by one of the classrooms with the preacher. I'm trying to get a sense of colony ideals and beliefs. Where I might be buying a home or investing for my future or my kids' future, they are thinking about the futures of generation after generation after generation. And like a lot of people in this world, beliefs and religion help guide their day-to-day decisions.
For the goodness.
That's what I told him. I said it's all for one and the goodness, and it's not today's generation, not tomorrow. It's multi-generations past.
Yeah.
The colonies are thinking 10 generations ahead.
Yeah.
So when they build it today, they're building it for the future.
Yeah.
Me and you are only worried about your kids, and maybe your grandkids.
Worried about myself.
These guys are worried about.
Probably not, some people don't even think about that.
No.
No, we say it's
Exactly.
intergenerational. The traditional way of the colony is not just to, give me, and just hoard for the colony. It's also to be, to help out the needy, because that's biblical based. We believe that's what Jesus did.
Yeah.
He came to this earth and he healed the sick, he fed the poor. That's what we believe in. And if we're not giving, we believe we will not receive that blessing. That blessing from above.
Kind of comes full
If
circle.
we don't, the more we give, bless to people that need it, and to help out needs in the community, to help the sick and the hungry, the more we do that, the more blessings we'll receive.
And so how do you decide who you're going to help? How do you make the decision of who gets the help?
I just decided we see a need, and we talk it through with our leaders and our community.
Yeah.
And that's how we distribute it. In Nigeria, we have a community in Nigeria, close to Lagos.
Yeah.
And we've contributed to that for years now.
Oh, wow. Lucky them.
Liberia, there's an orphanage in Liberia. There's also a program in Romania now. And in fact, there's young people there right now that are helping to build buildings for an orphanage or needy people from the church, from our church.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And there's a verse in the Bible, Matthew 28, which says, "Go throughout the world, baptize and help, and feed the hungry."
Yeah.
So we believe in that. So for me, I have everything I need. I have a family house, place
Yeah.
to live in.
Happy the way it is.
Happy the way it is.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty good to have all your friends and family around.
I'm glad to serve the people here.
Yeah.
And wherever we can make a difference, even here and anywhere else.
We finally make our way into the kitchen, where a group of ladies is peeling rhubarb in the back. Daryl dropped off some coffee and donuts earlier, which has quickly gotten us in the good books. Then the preacher takes us into the cooler to show me a Hutterite-sized amount of canned goods fresh from the farm, including a first for me. Jars of boiled chicken?
Canned chicken.
What's canned chicken?
It's preserved chicken.
Oh, interesting.
From here, it's through the kitchen, where some more ladies are putting the final touches on lunch, and I spot this really cute baby in a basket. Then the invitation of a lifetime. Again! Lunch inside the colony dining room, where a buffet of farm-fresh vegetables, spinach salad, some pickled carrots, roast chicken, and these delightfully sweet and chewy cookies that look like jumbo Oreos are waiting. I end up at the head table with the preacher for lunch, where he introduces us to everyone, gives a prayer over a microphone, and I snap a quick photo of a moment in time that likely won't repeat itself anytime soon. The day wraps up, and the preacher sends me off with a special jar of creamed honey he has stashed back at his house. It's stamped Keystone 𝗓𝐴𝐴, Warren, Manitoba. Sweet, thick, and lion yellow in color, it tastes like it's been kissed by the Manitoba prairie crocus. Looking at it as an outsider, the Hutterites all work towards one goal as a group. I think this can be hard for the rest of us to understand. We'll work for ourselves. We are very much an individualistic society. We have a one-household mentality, and the chances that one or two of the breadwinners under that roof are going to be good at a vast number of things like generating capital, saving, investing, and growing our future can often be limited. Whereas Hutterites are of the collective mindset. They have a large roof, and under it is an array of people who are good at work, generating income, investing, planning for the future, farming, cooking, and on and on. Their team is going to crush my solo efforts every day of the week. Community and culture aside, Daryl and his friends at Rock Lake and Keystone certainly have the skill of hospitality and unbelievable farm-to-table dining down to an edible work of art. Finally ending up in the incredible Hutterite kitchen, and then for lunch at the head table of the dining hall are rare moments in time that won't soon be forgotten. Hey, you there, my little adventuring friend. If you're enjoying the show, take a minute to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Your support helps us get this show out to more incredibly awesome people just like you. And thanks for watching. Next time on the Cooked Motorcycle Adventure, we're off to the soup pea capital of Canada for a lesson on a classic French-Canadian dish.